All right. So, there's a person in my office that says the term God willing or thank God for just about everything that goes on in their life, right? And they're like, yeah, we'll make it there, God willing. Yeah, thank God that it all worked out, right? And for some reason, like this, like when I hear it, it kind of annoyed me, right? Like it kind of bugged me. And I feel weird talking about this because it makes me sound like I'm like a God hater or something. But that's not it. Like I don't know exactly where my pet peeve is with this, but my current theory is that it passes all agency off of yourself. While I am like from my perspective, I agree that most things are God willing, right? And thank God that this worked out. But at the same time, there's certain things where I feel like everything, if that's how, right, if that's how you see everything, when things go well, it's because of God. But when things go bad, it's also because of God, right? So you can blame God for the good and the bad. And it's thank God when things work out. But when things don't work out, right, then what? It's God's fault. And it just removes all agency from yourself, right? It's a removal of responsibility from yourself to do anything or to change anything or just um, like, I like, it bothers me because it's like, you you have free will, right? And I think the main two things are, if you look at God to solve all of your problems, right? Most people only ask God to solve problems, right? And they only thank God when things are going well. So the rest of the time, they may not say it, but the implication is by constantly saying, thank God it all worked out, right? That's implying that you thought maybe it wouldn't work out and that you didn't have faith in God that it would. And it's like, what, like, um, like, it's just kind of interesting to hear these kinds of things because I don't think people really realize what they mean when they're saying that, but words do have power. And, it's just this very interesting thing to be like, oh, maybe we'll get there, God willing, right? And it's almost like saying, God, you better do this for me. Like, you better make this work out for me, right? Like, it seems very, contractual. It's very much like, God, I will thank you if you do what I want you to do, but only when you do what I want you to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be upset, right? And I think this is a big part of why this bothers me, because why is it always God's fault when things don't work out, right? And why are you only thanking God when things do work? Why are you not grateful for how things are, right? Why are you not grateful? You don't know what God's plan is, right? You don't know what it means for things to work out. You didn't get to go on that trip. And now you're all upset and you're like, why, God? Why didn't you let us do this? Meanwhile, if you went, you would have died. And you don't know. You'll never know because you didn't go, right? And so, like this is the kind of stuff that bothers me about this, is because you're acting like a person of faith, but you are actively saying how little faith you have every time you speak, right? Every time you say those words, you are telling God you do not trust them. You do not believe in them. And you are not God's servant. God is your servant. And I just feel like that's wrong, right? And so the main thing I think I want to highlight here with this is that there are a lot of people in the world that think themselves great believers, great followers of, God, but they don't really know what that means. And they don't really know how to be a quote unquote good follower of God, because who they're following, who's telling them what they need to do, and preaching the sermons and things along those lines is lost as well, right? It's the blind leading the blind. And when you can't see, you can't tell who's leading you either, right? You may not even know that someone is leading you because you're blind, right? You're just kind of walking and you didn't even know there was a leader to begin with because you're too blind to see. But it's things like this that kind of annoy me a little bit, because it's like, what it's not what you say. Like sometimes it's not necessarily what you say and how you say it, but sometimes it really is what you say, because their intentions may be pure, but what they're saying, what the words mean, is not. And they don't even know it, right? And that's why sometimes the words that come out of your mouth, you have to really be careful with what you're saying, right? And no one's perfect. They can't always say the right thing. But it's very often that you'll say one thing, meaning it in a kind and respectful manner, but the person you say it to will take it as offensive or demeaning, right? If you say, like as of right now, this talk, right? I guarantee you that there are people that would listen to this and think that I am degrading them and belittling them and admonishing them for their actions, right? And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just basically speaking my mind and explaining my reasoning. And I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to be mean, right? But that's just how, it's just how I feel, and that's just the truth of it. So if you feel attacked by it, it's because on some level you might realize that I'm right. Potentially. And I don't know. We need to take a little bit more agency on our own lives, and we need to realize that how things are is not necessarily something to thank God for or admonish God for or be upset with, because what do we know, right? What does it mean to live a good life? Like, what does it mean to be devout? I don't know if there's really a description. It's different for everyone. Everyone has their own path to follow, right? And for some people, that path that they need to follow is right behind someone else, right? And that's okay. You don't need to trek your own path, but if you feel like you should trek your own path, I don't know, maybe go for it, right? If things don't feel like they fit for you, it's probably because they don't. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. So, peace out.